position.
It was e4, c5, so Sicilian, e6, he goes g3, d5, takes, bishop g2 happens, and black goes knight to c6. So far, I think we're in mainstream theory. White goes short castle, black goes knight f6. Now we break the center with d4, and Gukesh goes bishop to e7. So right now, I'm not sure if we are still out of the woods. If I check the opening tree, there's still about 100 games played in this position, with dc5 being the main choice. What do you reckon? Has your prediction changed, or do you think Hikaru is still looking quite good here?
I'm looking at the statistics between these two players. They have played few classical games, which makes sense. There is a huge age gap between these two players, right? It's not the same generation. And then I'm looking the games of Rapid and Blitz, and here we don't have that much of decisive results. We have a lot of draws here. So I'm going towards a draw on this board.
You're going towards a draw?
Yeah.
No draw.
No.
We want the king. It doesn't matter who's king. We want some king. Yeah, one king at least we want. But yeah, I think
how would you say no in Indian way? How like in every
Nahi. Nahi means no.
Nahi.
Yeah. He goes bishop e7, d takes c5, and knight c3 happens. So he puts pressure on the d5 pawn, and now bishop g5 incoming. I'm sure both of the players want to score a win here, yeah, because Hikaru is in the candidates. He's going to. He has a very good chance of winning the candidates, and of course, after what happened last time, Gukesh also would be, I think, in a very.
Yeah, you know what? Like being a world champion, it's a lot of pressure on Gukesh, and I have a feeling that everyone wants to use this moment, against him. Kind of have this kind of opinion.
Weight of the crown, indeed,
yes.
And that can be heavy, for sure, for the world champion over here, as he plays d4, attacking the knight on c3, and inviting Hikaru to go knight e4. After which he's just going to go bishop e7, and most likely Katie's prediction might come true here, because we might be looking at a draw here.
Yeah, it looks really solid for me for black. This position, we know that the isolated pawn is not that weak these days. Anymore, but okay, these guys are top.
But another thing I think about Gukesh is that he never plays for a draw. He always goes for, I think, a win regardless of the situation. And I think this might be another one of those moments where he will just go for the win regardless.
Yes, that's why we are here. We want to have the results, decisive results, now draws. Thank you very much.
Yes, completely agreed. We do not want another draw here.
Queen f3 has been played, offering a queen trade.
If black goes queen d6, perhaps, that's also possible. Is queen d6 possible or no?
Queen d6.
Yeah, queen d6 because I'm denying the queen trade, and once you go bishop takes b7, there's rook b8. So let's have it up on the board. There's queen d6, bishop b7, and rook b8. And if you go bishop to d5 or move the bishop anywhere, I can go rook takes b2, and I can continue the game.
Yeah, it's good. Rook on the second rank, not so bad. But what Gukesh should not do there is queen moving too far from the bishop, because then we might have some tactic with p5 and queen f7. So he has to watch out for this.
Queen b6, that's actually a great point. If you go queen b6, for example, you're opening yourself up to this rook takes e5 business, and rook takes e5 and queen takes f7. And even though white is not winning here,
It's very unpleasant to play this kind of positions with the king so exposed.
King exposed and no increment. So those two are not a good combination.
And we know where the king goes usually, so he has to be careful with his king.
Yep, Gukesh has to be careful with his king.
With his king.
Hikaru is waiting. Gukesh goes rook c7. So it does
very solid move. I like this move. Just making sure that b7 pawn is not gonna hang in any of the line. Rook on c7 will not hang. So he's just, trying to defend all the possible tactics.
Absolutely. And after rook c7, now if Hikaru wants to just go for a draw, he can. He can bank on the fact that Rapport is not going to lose his match. Besides Rapport, I think it is not possible for anybody else, because everybody else is doing quite, I think, well. Either slightly better or just completely equal. And Theodora Indjudge has done the job.
You know what? I think for Hikaru, it can carry on as much as long as other games can just, finish and then. Oh, what happened? What happened there? Talking draw for?
What was that?
Is he asking if I can offer a draw? Because in some tournaments they can't offer a draw. And Gukesh wants a draw, I guess, yeah.
Oh,
Give me your hand, I want a handshake. You did.
Oh, wow.
Give me a draw.
And that's it. Hikaru.
I think they're talking about bishop g4 ideas.
Yeah. Bishop g4 was better for Gukesh a bit earlier, but the match ends in a draw. We're not that surprised, I think, with the result, but I think still with that, American Gambits are one step closer to finishing it off.
Yeah, we were saying that Hikaru is obviously the favorite because he's a speed demon, but Gukesh is very solid. And this is 20 minutes, it's not 3 minutes plus 2.
For sure, and that